From bullied teenager to Britain's most beloved singer, discover how Lewis Capaldi turned anxiety, awkwardness, and brutal honesty into global superstardom. This is the incredible story of the accidental comedian who became music royalty while staying completely true to himself. Prepare for laughs, tears, and pure inspiration.
Biographical: Ed Sheeran in a cramped council house in Halifax, Yorkshire, a red-haired boy with a severe stutter and thick glasses sat alone in his bedroom, desperately trying to sing along to Eminem songs as a form of speech therapy, never imagining that his voice would one day fill the world's biggest stadiums and soundtrack millions of people's most important moments. This wasn't just any ordinary child struggling to find his voice. This was Edward Christopher Sheeran, who would transform from the weird kid nobody understood into the most successful singer-songwriter of his generation, proving that authenticity, perseverance, and raw talent could triumph over every disadvantage life throws at you. Born on February 17, 1991, Ed's early life was shaped by constant movement and the challenge of never quite fitting in anywhere. His father, John, was an art curator and lecturer, while his mother, Imogen, worked as a culture publicist and jewelry designer. The Sheeran family moved frequently due to work commitments, from Yorkshire to Northern Ireland to Suffolk, making it difficult for young Ed to establish lasting friendships or feel rooted anywhere. This nomadic childhood would later influence his songwriting, creating themes of longing, belonging, and the search for home that would resonate with millions. Ed's struggles went far beyond the typical challenges of childhood. His severe stutter made communication incredibly difficult, turning simple conversations into sources of anxiety and embarrassment. The thick glasses, flaming red hair, and awkward demeanor made him an easy target for bullies who seemed to sense his vulnerability and exploit it mercilessly. School became a daily ordeal where Ed learned to make himself invisible, finding solace only in music and the few moments when he could escape into his own creative world. The discovery that singing could help control his stutter was nothing short of miraculous. When Ed sang, the words flowed effortlessly, giving him a voice that was confident, clear, and powerful. This revelation led him to spend hours listening to hip-hop artists like Eminem, whose rapid-fire delivery and complex wordplay became Ed's speech therapy. He would memorize entire albums, rapping along until his stutter disappeared completely when he performed, creating a safe space where he could finally express himself without limitation. Music wasn't just a hobby for Ed, it became his lifeline and his identity. While other children played sports or video games, Ed taught himself guitar and began writing songs that channeled all his feelings of isolation, confusion, and hope into melodies that felt both personal and universal. His early compositions revealed a natural gift for storytelling and melody that seemed to come from somewhere deeper than mere technique or training. The guitar became Ed's constant companion and shield against the world. He carried it everywhere, practicing obsessively and using music as both escape and communication tool. His dedication was remarkable, hours spent learning chords, studying song structures, and developing the finger-picking style that would become his signature. While his peers were discovering parties and relationships, Ed was falling in love with the craft of songwriting and the possibility that music could be his path to connection and understanding. His teenage years were marked by a growing confidence in his musical abilities even as his social anxiety remained overwhelming. Ed began performing at local venues, open mic nights, and anywhere else that would let him play. These early performances were terrifying but transformative, teaching him that his awkwardness disappeared when he had a guitar in his hands and a song to sing. The positive responses from audiences gave him the first hints that his music could touch people in ways his normal conversation never could. The decision to leave school at 16 and pursue music full-time was met with skepticism from almost everyone except his parents, who recognized their son's extraordinary talent and unwavering determination. While his classmates prepared for A-levels and university, Ed set off for London with just his guitar, a few £100s, and dreams that seemed impossibly large for someone who still struggled to order food in restaurants without anxiety attacks. The early London years were brutal and character-defining. Ed slept on friends' couches, played gigs for almost no money, and faced constant rejection from record labels who couldn't see past his unconventional appearance to recognize his extraordinary talent. He busked on street corners, performed in tiny venues to audiences of 5 people, and slowly built a following of fans who connected with his honest, emotional songwriting and magnetic live performances. His breakthrough strategy was both simple and revolutionary: give music away for free and build genuine connections with fans. Ed released several independent EPs and made them available for free download, understanding that in the digital age, accessibility and authenticity mattered more than traditional industry gatekeepers. His willingness to connect directly with fans through social media and intimate acoustic performances created a loyal fanbase that felt personally invested in his success. The viral moment came with his cover of Moments by One Direction, posted on YouTube and social media platforms. The video showcased everything that made Ed special: his incredible voice, masterful guitar work, and ability to take someone else's song and make it completely his own. The cover exploded across the internet, introducing Ed to millions of new fans and catching the attention of industry professionals who finally recognized his commercial potential. Signing with Asylum Records in 2011 should have been the beginning of a traditional pop star transformation, but Ed insisted on maintaining complete creative control and authenticity. His debut album Plus was recorded largely with just Ed, his guitar, and a loop pedal, creating an intimate sound that felt like a personal conversation with each listener. The album's success proved that audiences were hungry for genuine emotion and real musicianship in an era of manufactured pop. The A-Team became Ed's first major hit and established him as a songwriter capable of addressing serious social issues through beautiful, accessible music. The song's haunting melody and devastating lyrics about addiction and homelessness showcased Ed's ability to find beauty in tragedy and hope in despair. His willingness to tackle difficult subjects while maintaining radio-friendly appeal marked him as an artist with both commercial potential and artistic integrity. The global success that followed was unprecedented for a British acoustic artist. Ed's combination of hip-hop-influenced vocals, folk-inspired guitar work, and pop sensibilities created a sound that was uniquely his own while remaining universally appealing. His live performances, often featuring just Ed and his guitar against massive stadium crowds, proved that authenticity and talent could compete with elaborate production and choreography. Thinking Out Loud became the song that transformed Ed from successful artist to global phenomenon. The track's romantic lyrics and timeless melody made it a wedding standard and streaming sensation, proving Ed's ability to capture universal emotions in ways that felt both personal and eternal. The song's success demonstrated that in an era of constant change, simple, heartfelt music still had the power to unite people across all boundaries. His collaboration with other artists revealed Ed's versatility and industry respect. Working with everyone from Taylor Swift to Eminem to Andrea Bocelli, Ed proved he could adapt his style to any genre while maintaining his distinctive voice and perspective. These collaborations also showcased his generosity as an artist, always serving the song rather than demanding spotlight for himself. The mathematical album trilogy, Plus, X, Multiply, and Divided by Divide, represented Ed's artistic evolution while maintaining the core elements that made him special. Each album showed growth in production, songwriting sophistication, and thematic depth while never losing the intimacy and authenticity that originally attracted fans. The trilogy's commercial and critical success proved that artistic integrity and commercial appeal could coexist beautifully. Ed's approach to fame has been refreshingly grounded and strategic. Rather than embracing celebrity culture, his maintained focus on songwriting, live performance, and genuine connection with fans. His decision to take breaks from social media, his continued residence in Suffolk rather than London or Los Angeles, and his emphasis on normal relationships and experiences have kept him connected to the real-world emotions that fuel his songwriting. The Suffolk community's embrace of Ed as their own has created a beautiful symbiosis between artist and hometown. His investments in local venues, support for local charities, and continued presence in the community demonstrate how success can be used to lift up the places and people that shaped you. Ed's loyalty to his roots has created a model for how artists can maintain authenticity while achieving global success. His business acumen has been as impressive as his artistic achievements. Ed's decision to retain publishing rights, his strategic touring decisions, and his careful brand management have created an empire built on sustainability rather than quick profits. His understanding that longevity requires both artistic growth and smart business decisions has positioned him for decades of continued success. The impact of Ed's music on popular culture extends far beyond chart positions and sales figures. His songs have become the soundtrack to countless proposals, weddings, and important life moments, cementing his place in the collective emotional landscape of his generation. His ability to articulate feelings that people struggle to express themselves has made him an essential voice for love, loss, hope, and human connection. His influence on aspiring musicians has been transformational, proving that you don't need to look like a traditional pop star or fit industry expectations to achieve massive success. Ed's career has inspired countless singer-songwriters to embrace their authentic voices and pursue their dreams regardless of conventional wisdom about what sells or what audiences want. The personal growth Ed has demonstrated throughout his career provides perhaps the most inspiring aspect of his story. The transformation from stuttering, anxious child to confident global superstar who can command audiences of 100,000 people represents more than professional success, it represents personal triumph over the limitations that once seemed insurmountable. As Ed continues to evolve as an artist, businessman, and person, his story serves as proof that the qualities that make you different in childhood, sensitivity, creativity, emotional depth, can become your greatest strengths in adulthood. From that lonely boy with thick glasses and a stutter to one of the world's most beloved musical artists, Ed Sheeran's journey demonstrates that authenticity, perseverance, and the courage to be vulnerable can transform not just your own life, but the lives of millions who find comfort and inspiration in your story. Today, Ed Sheeran represents the best of British music and the power of staying true to yourself while growing and evolving. His story continues to inspire while proving that the most powerful music comes not from trying to be what others expect, but from having the courage to share your authentic self with the world, stutters, insecurities, and all.
Lewis proves that being yourself is your greatest superpower. From crippling anxiety to chart-topping success, he showed us that vulnerability and humor can conquer anything. Subscribe for more inspiring musical journeys. Like if Lewis made you feel less alone. Share your favorite Lewis moment that made you laugh or cry.